It's January 1st, 2024. Today is the first of 365 amazing opportunities. Whoa. This is a leap year. It's 366 amazing opportunities. How will you make this year more awesome than last year? How are you going to go that extra mile to motivate, inspire, lead, and empower? Join me today as we talk about defining your next chapter, redefining yourself, and taking bold action in 2024. Let's get started. Are you in a new season of your life? Are you stuck and searching for clarity so you can make a career change? Do you just need the courage to switch careers? Are you ready to follow God's plan for your career? Welcome to Choose Your Next Yes. Hi, Kindred. I'm Mel, a career transition coach, mom of grown-ups, coffee lover, and God girl. I've had a lot of big life changes, and I haven't always been clear about God's plan for me. This led to stress and anxiety and a lack of clarity and courage to make a career move. I finally started listening to God's voice to find clarity and peace and stopped being scared to make a move and achieve my career transition goals. Now, my mission is to help you learn to listen to God's voice and know when to say yes to the career you've always wanted and no to everything else. Let me show you how to clarify your purpose and find courage to pursue your personal and professional goals in your midlife and beyond. Throw down your self-doubt, dust off your dreams, Kindred. It's time to reset and refine and reclaim the woman you once aspired to be. Welcome back to the show, everyone. I'm your host, Dr. Mel Vandevort. As we stand on the threshold of this new year, 2024, I want you to reflect on 2023. What did that look like for you? Was it a year that you would love to revisit and make some changes? Or was it an amazing year and you want to continue into 2024 with the momentum that you had in 2023? I've been thinking about my word of the year for 2024, and I haven't quite decided on what that's going to be yet, but I have some really good ideas of what that word of the year is going to be for me, my mantra for the year, if you will. And I want you to start thinking about it as well. And on the next episode on Friday, I'm going to go over how to pick your word of the year, because I really want you to pick a word that means something, not just a word because it's there and it sounds good, but I want it to have meaning for you. So we're going to go over that on Friday. 2023 was such a big year of change for me. And change isn't just a constant, it's a catalyst for growth, for transformation, and for that discovery of our true selves. I grew so much in 2023. I learned so much about myself and how to be better at what I do. And I really redefined and defined who I am and what I wanted to do. 2024 is a year filled with possibilities, with opportunities, and the promise of a more impactful tomorrow. What opportunities are you going to take? What are you going to do to go that extra mile, to motivate people, to inspire people, to lead, empower? And if you haven't figured it out yet, MILE is the acronym for motivate, inspire, lead, and empower. I post on social media the exact same thing every single year on the first day of the year. That way, we never forget. It's a new year. We can start over. We can start fresh. We can redefine who we are and what we want to do. We can make plans. We can create so many great things. And we can do so much stuff that will impact others and make a difference. I'm going to stick with my normal framework, and I'm going to give you 3 points, but I'm going to give you an action step for each of the points instead of one action step at the end. So point number 1 is the power of reflection. It's really hard to make good decisions for 2024 if you don't think about 2023 and really reflect on what went well, what you would like to change, what you started but didn't finish, and now you need to figure out a way to do that. It's great for your backward planning. I got so much insight from all of my past experiences from this past year and from my life as a whole, really. And reflecting on this past year, it allows you and me to really get those valuable insights from those experiences, both positive and challenging. And when we examine the past successes that we had, it helps us identify strategies that really worked well or what didn't work well and how we can course correct and make a different choice. There's so much growth in thinking about what happened in the past and reflecting on that. And that reflection gives you clarity on your personal and professional growth or your goals. It allows you to recognize areas where you've excelled and areas where you might require just a little bit further development. It gives you a really comprehensive self-awareness. And when you're reflecting, you're able to look back and see if all of your goals were aligned with your core values. Were you fulfilled and found meaning in all of the things that you were doing in 2023? Or do you need to make some adjustments and align yourself better with your aspirations? It also helps to identify some patterns and some trends. And reflecting on those patterns and those trends in your behavior, your decision making, and the outcomes helps you in identifying those reoccurring themes. And I've got some in my personal life as well, not just my professional life. Recognizing those patterns enables you to make intentional decisions by enforcing those positive behaviors or helping you recognize those unproductive cycles and break that, make some adjustments. It also helps you in setting some realistic and some informed goals. When you're reflective on the goals you had last year, you can be really intentional in the goals that you set for this coming year. And you can have some really enhanced decision-making skills. Reflective practices contribute to the development of all of your decision-making skills. When you are very reflective, you are much more intentional in the decisions that you make. You analyze those past decisions and what happened, the outcomes, and those lessons that you learned. And then you can apply all of the things you've learned to your future situations and be more strategic and intentional in your decision making. So your action step is to be reflective. And there are several steps to do that successfully. So step 1, you need to set the stage for reflection. Find a quiet, comfortable space where you can focus without distractions. Get yourself centered. Get your mindset in the right place. Play some soft music. Maybe aromatherapy. I am big on aromatherapy. Let me tell you, it is so good for opening up your mind and helping you be calm and really get centered. Step 2, review last year. Get out a journal and then start listing those key events, those milestones, any significant things that have happened this past year, those moments that you really found significant. And then reflect on both the positive and the challenging experiences. And think about the emotions that you had associated with each of those. Number 3 is to identify achievements and successes. Highlight any professional achievements, but also your personal achievements that brought any sense of fulfillment for you. Consider all of your skills, your strengths that you utilized, and also things that you've attained throughout this past year. And reflect on how those achievements align with your overall goals and your aspirations. Step 4, explore any challenges that you faced and the lessons you learned from overcoming them. Or if you didn't overcome them successfully, how could you have done that differently? Or what could you have done differently so you could have overcame them a little easier? Step 5, evaluate whether your actions and decisions aligned with your core values. Identify any instances where your alignment brought a sense of purpose and fulfillment. And consider areas where misalignment occurred and the impact that had on your well-being, your mental state, your ability to make good decisions. Step 6, reflect on areas where you experienced personal and professional growth. Consider the resources that you had, the relationships, all of that networking that I talk about, or experiences that contributed to that growth. Identify aspects of your journey that you want to carry forward into 2024. Step 7 is to be intentional for the future. Based on your reflection, set intentions for the upcoming year. Define specific, measurable, and realistic goals that align with your values. And now we're going to move into point 2 for the overall episode, embracing change. I have had so much change this year. I went from working full-time in public education to being downsized, which gave me the opportunity to start my own one-on-one coaching to help those of you who are ready to transition in your own career do it with success. And using all of the skills that I had learned for the last several years in education, specifically the last 2, I was able to take all of that and turn that into my own educational consulting company, Empowered Pathways Network. And I was able to figure out all of the steps that I needed to take to do it successfully. It took me a little bit of work, but I have figured it out. And I'm actually getting ready to launch a course this month to walk you through the steps of how to start your own company, your own business, whatever that looks like. Now, I am going into schools and I am helping teachers be better at Tier 1 instruction, but you have a different set of skills that you can bring to the table, and you can start your own educational consulting company, or you can start your own one-on-one or group coaching and be just as successful if you're ready to make that transition in your career. I told you, I love working from home. I absolutely love owning my own time. I do not have to get up at a certain time. I can stay up late if I want to. I don't usually want to, but occasionally that's the case because my boyfriend is a night owl. I am more of a morning bird, so I like to get up early, but I can do whatever I want to do. And if I have a late night, I can sleep in a little bit. If I want to take a day off, I can do that. I want that for you if that's what you want as well. And I'm going to have a link in the show notes where you can receive more information if you are interested in that kind of lifestyle. If you want to make a bigger impact, which is what I wanted to do, I wanted to take my leadership skills to the next level. I wanted to take bold action. I want you to take bold action. If you want to start a podcast, then I will show you how to do it. I just need you to contact me so we can get you started on that in this next journey of 2024. So what I'm saying is change can be a good thing. If I hadn't been downsized, I would not have been forced to make different choices, and I wouldn't be living my best life right at this moment. But that choice was made for me in a way that I didn't have my own choice. Now, it ended up being a good thing, but sometimes if we are not intentional in taking action, the choice is made for us, and it may not be the choice that we want. I want you to be able to make the choice that you want to make. I want you to embrace change in a way that you want to embrace it, not in a way that you're forced to embrace it. Change is such a great way to grow. I have grown so much this year because I was forced to make a change. I have learned so much that I would not have probably learned had I stayed in the same situation that I was in previously. So your action step for today is I want you in that journal that you've already started in point number 1, step 1, is to add to that a change that you had to make or a change that is possibly coming up. I want you to think about that and foster that growth mindset for that change and see the opportunities and growth and the transformation that can come from that. Or if it's a change that's already happened, I want you to think about the good things that came from that change. Write down 3 positives from that change. And then point number 3 for today is to take bold action, take bold steps toward transformation. I didn't necessarily have a choice on the change that happened in my career, but let me tell you what, I embraced it and I took bold action after that. I could have gone back into the classroom or found another job, but God told me to do something different, to really take some bold action. And He has blessed me so much in a way that I would not have been blessed had I continued doing the same thing. He needed me to step out on faith and to take bold action, to put my potential in motion. And when you submit to Him fully and you take that bold action, your life is blessed in a way that you absolutely could not have dreamed. When you take bold action in pursuit of your goals, there's so much transformative power in that. It can get you out of your comfort zone. It can help build resilience and confidence. It can cultivate a growth mindset. It can unleash that creative and innovative mindset that you've got hidden in there, just waiting to be unleashed. It can accelerate your own personal and professional development. It can inspire others, and you can be an influencer just by taking bold action. And it can break those limiting beliefs. I have a lot of limiting beliefs sometimes, and they can be hidden and you don't really realize they're limiting beliefs. One of mine is perfectionism. I have this bad habit of not wanting to put things out into the world unless I feel like it's perfect. Well, I've had to get over some of that because if I got it to the point where I thought it was perfect, I would only be putting out one episode probably each year. I'm telling you, it's a real thing with me. So much so that when I was a teacher in the classroom and I had a student aide, I barely let them do anything because I wanted it to be perfect. I cheated them out of the opportunity to shine and show what they could do because I wanted things to be perfect. And I needed to get over that. And I am working on that. I am a work in progress. We kind of set up those self-imposed barriers so we don't fail. That's kind of like that protective force field we put around ourselves so we don't fail and so we don't feel like failures. But failing is not failing. It's just learning how not to do it that way and learning to do it the correct way. And most importantly, that transformative power, it gives you such a sense of purpose. It fulfills you. I feel like I am fulfilling the purpose for which God created me. And that is such a good feeling. It's such a powerful catalyst for unlocking all of your full potential and creating that life fulfilled with purpose and impact. This year, I was allowed to redefine who I am and what I want to do in my life. I got to redefine myself as the type of educator that I want to be. I want to be an educational leader who impacts others on a larger scale. And I want you to be able to redefine yourself as well. If you're not happy with who you are and what you do and how you do it, now is the time to take bold action and redefine the person that you are and the person that you want to be. Isn't that exciting? That is so exciting. By the end of May, you can be doing something completely different with your life, being more fulfilled, taking bold action. Maybe you've already started defining who you are. You just need a little reboot because you kind of lost your way, along the journey, along that path. Let's get going on that, guys. Let's get started redefining who you are. And if you're an educator, by the end of this school year, you can be doing something completely different. You cannot have to sign that contract and go back to school if that's not what you want to do. So your action step for today, I want you to take that journal that you've been writing in already, and I want you to write down 3 things, or you may have already gotten 3 things written down. I want you to figure out some steps to take toward making those goals a reality. What steps are you going to take? Start big and work backwards. What is your overarching goal? What are you going to do this month? Then what are you going to do this week? And then what are you going to do today to get started? In closing, I want you to reflect on 2023 because it serves as the foundation for your intentional decision-making in 2024. And embracing change is a journey worth taking. I want you to step into 2024, into this new year with confidence, purpose, and a commitment to yourself and your own growth. Because if you are not growing, there is no way you can help others grow. Thank you for popping in today. And if you enjoyed today's content, please hop on over to Apple Podcast or Apple iTunes and leave me a rating and review or whatever platform you listen on. So I know that you enjoyed the show, that you're listening, and which content that you like. That way I can grow the show, and also hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode. I would also like to invite you to join the Facebook group. I will have that link in the show notes. I post things in there all the time to help you grow, and we get to know each other and we support each other in the group as well. And I hope today's show was a blessing to you as you continue on your path toward everything that God has in store for your life and your career in 2024. May the Lord bless and keep you. May His face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord lift you up and give you peace. Bye-bye, my friends.